Welcome to the IME Community Podcast, where self-love is your superpower to achieve your weight and life goals and make your mark in the world. Your host is Dr. Karla, activist, MD. If you're a teen who's looking to revolutionize your health and can't wait to follow your dreams, welcome to the IME Community.
This is Dr. Karla. Great to have you. Welcome to the YouTube video and podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe to IME Community's YouTube channel and check out the podcast and share it with everyone you know on Apple and Spotify. Okay, today's a big day where I'm launching the IME Community series of blogs, podcasts, and YouTube videos on teens and weight bullying. So we're going to do lots of amazing work. It's going to be super helpful. And to say I'm excited about it, I don't know. I mean, I wish we didn't have to worry about this. I wish bullying didn't exist, but it does. And people get bullied for a lot of reasons. Most people will be the victim of bullying at some point in their lives. And I know from working with teens, I know from myself and going through a weight issue and struggling with that and just other forms of bullying that I've faced in my life. I know how hard it is. I also know from parents who reach out to me and let me know that their teen is being weight bullied. And we all know that we're stuck in this really interesting society that believes that weaponizing weight is okay. So for the first one, we're just getting started. Also know this is a tough subject, and so if it's bringing up any kind of trauma, making you feel any certain way, feel free to just turn it off, okay? Maybe you want to listen to it with your parent. Maybe you just want to take a break and go do something fun, and this is too heavy of a subject for you. No problem. Maybe you've dealt with it and you feel like you're beyond it and you're not interested in listening. But I always want to be a soft place to land for you and always know that I have your back, and we're not going to be afraid of addressing these issues that you all are facing. So I'm going to talk about setting boundaries in the next podcast and YouTube video and blog, which is really important because you're not helpless, you're not powerless, and it's really amazing. I know I've experienced this in my life when you've stepped up for yourself, and you don't have to be angry, but you can say a clear boundary setting, really precise statement, and it's super powerful in your life. So talk about that in the next podcast, YouTube video, and blog. And then I'm also going to talk about cyberbullying, which I know is a real problem for all of us. And the keyboard screamers, who are living in their parents' basements, as we all say, gaming, and then they feel like they can get on and they weaponize weight, and it's very sad. But we're going to figure out ways that we can show up for ourselves and, get out of it and live our fun, magical lives. Okay. Also, you want to join IME Community. If you're a teen 12 to 18, check out the website, imecommunity.com. It's awesome. I'll coach you on issues like bullying. We'll show up how to set boundaries, how to stand up for yourself, how to have self-confidence, feeling self-worth. That's what we're doing this month with the March Self-Worth Madness, Self-Love Superpower Mantras that we're working on. Okay, so lots of amazing stuff. So let's get going. So whether you're a teen, parent, physician, healthcare provider, teacher, school administrator, everybody needs to listen to this. We're all affected by this, and we all need to help out, okay? So I want you to know, again, that I'm coaching on a very sensitive topic. in this first blog, YouTube video, and podcast, and on the ongoing series. So just know that and share with whoever you think needs to hear it. I'm talking about bullying in this series. I'm talking about its harmful effects, how common it is, who's at risk, the different types of bullying, but most importantly, what you can do about it, okay? Like I said, you're not powerless, you're not helpless. And you don't have to change yourself. You're not broken. You don't have to change yourself to try to fit in and avoid the bullying. That's really what I want you to learn too, okay? You are fully loved and accepted as you are, no matter what, okay? Okay? So did you know that any type of bullying affects your health? So, and I also want to make sure as we're launching this that you work with your pediatrician, your family doctor, or seek help from a licensed mental health provider to address your individual situation, the potential, mental health and physical health effects that you may be experiencing from bullying, okay? Because I'm a pediatrician, I'm an obesity medicine doctor, I'm a life and weight coach, but I'm not yours. I'm not giving out medical advice, okay? We're having helpful discussions. Also, check out stopbullying.gov to check out their helpful resources, and that's for all of us, okay? Not just for teens. All of us need to check that side out. Okay, I'm also not going to go into bullying and intersectionality in this first blog. Intersectional bullying happens when there's race, gender, income, sexual orientation, etc. going on. So I'll talk more about intersectional bullying in upcoming blogs in this series. If you all know anyone who would like to be interviewed who's an expert on bullying, or someone you feel would be really helpful to share their story and would be willing to do that, please have them reach out to me on the website or at Dr. Karla, Karla, activistmd at imecommunity.com. Let's all step up and reach out and connect and do better. Okay. All right. So basically a bully, in my mind, is someone who is willing to weaponize what they perceive as a weakness, and with their only goal to make themselves feel powerful. They really dehumanize their victim, so they don't really even know anything about you. It's just the perceived weakness, and their only goal is to make themselves feel powerful, in control, and they seek to control the narrative. They want to control the story. That's really, really important. I've seen that in bullies who've bullied me. Is their most important thing is they control the narrative. Nobody controls your narrative. You are here to live your life. No, you create your own narrative for your own identity, and it's your life, okay? We don't have control over other people's narrative. That's a relief. I'm not interested in it. But nobody has control over yours, and I'm here to tell you that, okay? If you need coaching on that, make sure you check out the website, because, it's really powerful. Okay, so maybe the bully was bullied. It's often the case. And when I coach teens who have been bullied or are being bullied, and parents of children and teens who have been weight bullied, I try to stay out of getting in the lane of the bully victim. That's what you call the experts call the bully victim, because they're a victim too. But let's not get in their lane. Let's not try to figure out their motivation, why they're bullying. If that's helpful to you to be like, they're hurt, they've probably been bullied, those things can be helpful, but we're not going to go in and think, this is why their motivation. We don't know what's going on in their head. They've shown you through their actions, their behaviors, who they are. Let them be wrong about you, but let's focus on what you can do, okay? We can't control or fix or solve the bully's actions. We can't do that, because if we could, they wouldn't be happening in the first place, right? But we can certainly create a plan that includes boundaries so that it stops for you if you're the one being bullied, okay? So one of the main reasons to set boundaries, I believe, is to make sure that you don't internalize the bully's messaging. I don't want you to feel powerless and believe what the bully says about you, or feel like if you change yourself up, like your body or something about you, that the bullying will stop or you'll finally fit in, okay? That's when we know it's gone way too far, when we start to internalize and believe those outside messages, okay? No. We can recognize when that's happening. and create a pause, okay? So another harmful consequence of weight bullying in teens is restricting yourself by dieting, which causes harm on top of harm. And I'll go into this in another podcast or YouTube video and blog, some of the harms of bullying, weight bullying. But one thing we want to make sure of is if you recognize like you feel like you need to change to fit in so you're not getting bullied, I want you there's nothing going wrong. Like your mind's going to go there. It's just you being on your human journey, but you don't have to go down that road, okay? Knowing that the feeling is coming from the thought. So you have some thought, if you're feeling helpless or powerless, that you need to, or shame or whatever you're feeling, there's some thought there, okay? It's not your body. It's not your weight. That's a circumstance. That's just data. That's just something that we can prove, right? It's the thought that's creating the feeling of shame or powerless. Again, we all have these thoughts. Your brain offers up lots of thoughts. You are not your thoughts, and they're optional. But coming up with like thinking about what are you feeling, and then also and allowing it and sitting in it for maybe 1 minute and breathing, and then thinking of what is the thought that's coming up. Like, are you being hard on yourself and saying, if only I wasn't this way, then I wouldn't have to deal with this bullying? Or I wish, or they shouldn't be doing that. And you're getting into that realm of things, which is all natural. And just recognize like that's a thought, and that's beautiful awareness. And we know that the bullying is harmful in and of itself. So let's not create more harm for ourselves with punishing, doing actions that punish ourselves or restrict ourselves or get us into harmful thinking. Again, if you get there and you recognize that your brain kind of has that pattern and pathway, I want you to talk to your parents, and I want you to for yourself, advocate for yourself, okay, to get some support. Either by talking to someone, maybe it's your school counselor, maybe it's a teacher, maybe it's a great friend, maybe it's your parent, maybe it's your grandparent. I don't know. You need to have some sort of way to disrupt that and lift that, and know that lift up on that, and know that if it's coming up as a pattern for you in your brain that's strong, where you're really mobilizing your negative self-talk and being harsh on yourself, I want you to recognize that. You don't cause, you don't control. Take a pause. But if you notice like it's coming up for you and it's getting hard, then I want you to talk to your parent about it. And that's when I really want you to consider there's nothing wrong with working with a therapist, psychologist, a social worker, somebody who can get to your doctor, or whatever you need to do. Okay, that's self-discovery. Self-awareness is super powerful. Okay, so by the way, if you cope with the stress of bullying by overeating or binging, give yourself a massive break. It's okay. You're not alone. All right. So, and I also want you to check out my IME 5 Steps to Say I Am Me, which are my 5 easy steps to full love and acceptance, and the first step to self-love superpower. So recognizing that self-acceptance, you can offer that. You have that available to you at all times, and you offer that to yourself no matter what. So if you're bullied, pull out your nice, warm, invisible self-acceptance blanket and say, I fully love and accept myself no matter what. You can say, I love and accept myself. And just do that. Give yourself a nurturing hug, hand over heart, and show yourself some self-kindness, some self-compassion, and full self-acceptance. You could try some other mantras like bullying is unacceptable. I accept myself no matter what. It's really powerful when you say bullying is unacceptable. Like, I don't tolerate it. And it is. It's unacceptable. It's wrong. It's a preventative health issue. So no matter what, we all need to agree that it is wrong. Okay? So put your hand over your heart. Give yourself a nurturing hug. Okay? Like this. I'm not powerless. I am not stuck. Say to yourself, this is so hard, but I won't be hard on myself. I can set healthy boundaries for myself. What they said has nothing to do with me. I will set boundaries and let them be them, and live my amazing life. I hope those are helpful. Write them down on a Post-it note. Write them down and write your own too, okay? Have you been bullied because of your weight? I know it's so common, and unfortunately, it happens a lot, and our society is a pretty fake, superficial society that's stuck in diet culture. But there's a lot of amazing movements out there. We've talked about body positivity. I'm coaching you all on that in the community, and health at every size, and a lot of amazing things going on. And you can be both. You can have body positivity, you can believe in health at every size, and you can also want to work on health goals to get you to your natural, a healthy weight set point, and improve your health behaviors and make you feel better. Okay, that's all fine. Okay, or for any reason. Have you been bullied based on your weight, or because of your weight, or for any reason? And studies shows that it's more common than we like to think. Unfortunately, some people still believe enduring bullying is a rite of passage into adulthood. That's what you have to go through. Everybody gets bullied at one point, so now you're growing up, but nothing could be further from the truth. Bullying is a preventative health issue. It is always unacceptable. I think that's super powerful when I find out bullying is unacceptable. It is a preventative health issue. That to me feels so powerful. I know it's wrong. The experts know it's wrong. We all know it's wrong. Everybody's on my side on this one. Okay, bully? Okay, so it's important to recognize and address bullying, or it can cause long-term harm. When we think it's just going to go away, maybe it does go away, and they stop bullying you and they go on to the next victim, or they change schools, or I don't know, whatever. But the problem is, if we don't address it, I'm not saying you have to address it in a really big way, but even just accepting that was a wrong thing that happened, and to work on your self-acceptance mantras and ways that you can heal yourself from the trauma of bullying, and also move forward to lead your fun, amazing, magical life, because you don't want to just totally ignore it. Okay. According to a 2012 weight-based victimization study published in Pediatrics, which there have been more recent ones, weight-based victimization, so that's bullying, is they looked at teens who were going to clinics, weight management clinics. They reported victimization from peers, so their friends, or from people their age, 92%, friends, 70%, parents, 37%, and teachers, 27%. Terrible. If you're a physician, so that's why we all need to listen, because none of us are doing a good job with this. If you're a physician, let's start by listening and validating the stories of our patients' experience with weight-based victimization, with weight bullying, okay? Life in America is a bullying obstacle course for youth with weight struggles. I'm ostracized everywhere I go because of my weight, sitting in class, everywhere. From Jessica, age 18. When I heard Jessica, one of my patients, say this, it broke my heart. Jessica, not her name obviously, is absolutely wonderful, is living a very successful life. She's so strong. She's been through and overcome so much in her life. The last thing she needs to deal with is weight-based bullying. My initial thought was, give me the names of whoever's bullying you and I'll make some calls. Go all Godfather on these people, okay? I felt so protective of Jessica and wish it was only that simple. A trusted adult makes a call and the bullying stops. It may not be that simple, but I want you to know, you are not alone, all right? You are not alone. Say, I am not alone. Bullying is unacceptable. I accept myself no matter what. There are trusted adults who want to help you and will help you create a plan to stop the bullying. It may be as simple as making a phone call, but usually you need to put a bit more planning in place. Learning how to set healthy boundaries for yourself is a skill that you are not taught in school, and in most of our families and our society can be pretty intrusive and boundaryless, aka weight-based bullying, right? Even if you are a victim of bullying, you are not powerless. And I coach a lot on boundaries and relationships in IME Community. And I coach on setting some boundaries for yourself so you're able to show up with some clarity for yourself, okay? So first, bullying is not acceptable, must be recognized and called out as unacceptable. Next, let's step up as trusted adults and work with the school, the teacher, and the counselor if that's where the bullying is happening, and create a plan to stop the bullying so school is a safe place. Also, I think one thing is to trust the teen. Teens, trust yourself, and parents, trust your teen. If they come to you as a trusted adult, like if you're a parent of a teen who's being weight bullied and they say, I really don't want you to talk about it, then I wouldn't. I mean, unless you feel like there's a safe way to handle it that you can also include your teen, but I wouldn't try to do like the fix and solve. I think that, the last thing they need is an erosion of trust. But know as a teen that there are trusted adults who can help you and who can address this. And so you aren't alone. And so don't be afraid to talk to someone about it and to have them help you come up with a plan to stop it so that you don't have to just keep suffering. So here's what's needed from parents, physicians, and educators to help stop bullying. They support the teen, help them to build skills like setting boundaries, connection to resources, involving the school if that's where it's happening, and referral to a mental health provider, and making sure we're following up and we're checking in on it, okay? How to support the bully victim, it is important too. So the bully, a harsh approach does not work. Again, like me wanting their names and addresses and phone numbers and I'm going to go hunt them down. That's not happening. That's not helpful. A harsh approach doesn't work. So I want you all to make sure you check out stopbullying.gov. Make sure you join IME Community to get even more coaching, to create healthy boundaries, to help you stop bullying. And IME Community, I want to let you know, is like a safe space. We are co-creating a body positive community for teens in a body negative world, okay? So I'm here for you. Stay tuned for the next one. I'm going to talk about setting boundaries. Super powerful. Make sure you share this with everyone you know, okay? It's super helpful. All right. Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to the IME Community Podcast, where self-love is your superpower. The content of this podcast represents the opinions of Dr. Karla Lester and is not intended as, and shall not be understood as, a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. The opinions shared reflect the host and guest and do not represent an organization or medical group. Always seek the advice of your physician or therapist if you have concerns about your health. And please, like and subscribe to the IME Community Podcast. Share IME with your friends and go to imecommunity.com to join the member community. Don't forget to follow IME on social.